So, I wanted to come on here. I haven't been on because my connection has been so whack lately. I've been disgusted with trying to do these lives. I don't know if it's this phone or where I am. I think it's where I am that's so jacked up with the service. So I wanted to try this because I wanted to speak a little bit about this, what's going on with Nas and Kelis. Hey, Nine Elites. How are you, my love? Virgo Wars, lively living says Virgo Wars. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But I saw some bits and pieces of what Nas posted on his Instagram concerning the situation with his ex-wife Kelis, and he went in. He exposed a lot of stuff. I'm good, Nine I'm fabulous. Right now, I'm going through, by the way, a dry fast. I haven't eaten or drank anything since Sunday. I'm 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 here. I'm still here, but I gotta say right now it would be nice to get a glass of water. Like just a little glass of water would be fantastic. Um, I don't have as much energy as I usually do, of course, because I haven't eaten or drank anything. But I feel calm. I feel calm. I feel renewed. I feel more psychic. I feel more creative, and I'm just watching things. I'm just watching things. So it's definitely good for my mysticism side, for my mystic medicine woman side, and to help you ladies heal. I can zoom in on things and what people are thinking and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of goodies. When you don't eat, there's other things that activate inside of you. So this is definitely not for the faint at heart. Um, what's that? Andrea asks, how long am I doing it? I'm probably, well, the plan is to do it till tomorrow. I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow morning. If I can push past, tomorrow, I may go a whole another day after. We shall see. But the goal initially was 48-hour dry fast. And mine is what I'm doing is what they would call a soft dry fast, because I'm still bathing, I'm still showering and brushing my teeth. I'm still doing the hygiene thing. Whereas a true dry fast, you cannot come in contact with water at all, not even to bathe or brush your teeth. And I've done that one before. I did 4 days on that. That was horrific. That was horrific. It was good, but to not go without washing my behind for 4 days was an experience that I'm not ready to do again. Let's just say that. I'm not ready to do that again. I will, maybe not as long. Maybe I'll do a 24-hour hard dry fast. I think I can stomach that. But 4 days without the hygiene thing was a bit much for me. So I am bathing and brushing my teeth and all of that stuff. So this is a soft dry fast. And like I said, the benefits: you lose weight, you gain clarity, you get rid of free radicals in your blood. It's so many benefits to dry fasting. If you want to lose weight, ladies, fasting is the way to do it. If you want to balance out your hormones and be emotionally stable, you got to go through the fasting. Fasting is a spiritual component that I feel is needed in general, because a lot of you are going through some serious emotional upheavals, and a lot of this thing, diet is to blame for a whole bunch of stuff. Nani Lee, are you baby wipes allowed? Well, I guess, if you wanted to do baby wipes on it, but that has water in it, so you're still coming in contact with water. And the thing is, if you're following it to the letter, you're not supposed to come in contact with any water whatsoever if you're doing the official dry fast. Leandra said, "Wow, I don't think I could do the hard dry fast. I sweat like crazy. Soft dry fast. Maybe you'll try. Yeah, try that. Try it. Give it 24 hours. This thing to me is it's about self-development for me. This is really about self-development. When you go through trials like this and pain or discomfort like this, because it's uncomfortable not to eat when you're hungry, not to eat or not to drink when you're hungry. But when you go through that fire, you begin to see what you're made of. You begin to strengthen yourself. Your mental focus heightens. Your mental strength heightens when you do this. Like I said, right now, a glass of water to me would be like heaven right now. But I'm not gonna do it. I gotta ride it out. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta sleep through it, and tomorrow we'll see what happens. So that's what I'm going through right now, and I'm loving it. But I wanted to come on here just to talk a little bit about what Nas is going through with Kelis. Of course, you guys, if you're up on social media stuff, you know that she accused him of being abusive towards her during their relationship. He cheated for, I think she said in an interview that he cheated for about 2 years that she knows of during their marriage. And she said it was hell because he would abuse her when he was drunk and all of that stuff. And he basically kept quiet until recently about the whole situation, and he revealed a lot of stuff that she is actually the one who is verbally and physically abusive, and she's had to be restrained by family members before in his presence. He said he's always had a difficult time picking up his son and doing the co-parenting thing because she's been uncooperative with that. He said he even had to fake a reconciliation or a redo on their relationship so that he could spend time with his son. He went back to her pretending like he wanted to go back to her just so he could spend time with his son. That's what he said he did also. And he talked about how he financed her cooking school career. And what was the other stuff? It was so much stuff. I mean, he really poured his heart out. He really did. But he said that, or what I wanted to highlight on was that he mentioned how he thought she was crazy, but because she was beautiful, he kind of disregarded that whole song that she made. I Hate You So Much Right Now, I think is the song that she made, which is a crazy, angry bitch song, right? And he disregarded it and looked at her beauty, looked past that for her beauty. And she really came along at a time where he was down emotionally because his mother had just passed away, I think. So, the timing and the fact that, he thought she was gorgeous and a few other things, her whole character really didn't come into play or had any bearings on anything until later on. So what I always tell ladies, and I'm going to tell you guys too, because this is Nas going through this thing. I don't know him personally. I don't know him, what he's like as a husband. I can't say. So I'm only going what I'm seeing him talk about, and the fact that he alluded to be, disregarding certain signs that she was unstable, is what I really want to focus on, because marriage is a big deal. Marriage is a contractual agreement to say that I'm going to be with you and I'm going to potentially, even though I may lose, I'm going to be with you. If I win, that's great. And if I lose, I'm prepared to lose to be with you. That's what a contractual agreement is about. And when you're considering doing that with another person, the character has to come into play. The problem with you guys is that you weigh a woman's value based on how she looks. And you get bit in the behind for that later on. When you don't hold as much value on her character as you do on the way that she looks, you are going to suffer pain. You are going to experience pain and regret and buyer's remorse, all of that stuff. Because looks just, they are what they are, but they can't hold a relationship together. If you are planning on being with this woman and she's going to be the mother of your children, you want a woman that's emotionally stable. But you guys complain about these women all the time, and when there's great women all over the place who are willing to be faithful to you, who have good character, who have great moral upbringings, right? Who are spiritual, maybe religious or whatever. And yet you don't give them a second thought because they don't look the way you want them to look. So no matter what other great qualities she has, she's not worth anything because she doesn't look a certain way. And when you put looks in front of character, you're going to lose in the end. When you put looks in front of character, you're going to be going through what Nas is going through right now with Kelis. Now, he's no angel in this thing because he cheated on her and he admitted to that. He admitted to, the infidelity thing. And, like I said before, that I think that's a given with men, especially men who have access. Men with money and men with looks can get vagina anywhere they want. That's just what it is. So, and I said before that it's very hard and what's the word I'm looking for? Not practical for you to think that somebody can really, or a man, I should say, can swear off other women for the rest of his life with you, and especially if his penis works. I just think I don't know, that's an irreality. Hola, Miss P. All is well. All is well. So yeah, when I was reading it, I was like, "Woo, Nas, you really." He had to let off some steam, and he really, really went in. And of course, this is just fuel for the MGTOW guys. To say, look what he's gone through. This is why we're going the other way, because women are ungrateful, bitchs, and they're turncoats and they're self-centered, self-absorbed. They're liars, manipulators, and all the stuff that they say that we are. This is just fuel for them. Mr. C said women with neither can get penis anytime they want. Women, what do you mean women with neither can get penis anytime they want? What are you referring to, Mr. C? I don't know. So yeah, so that's the thing. You guys gotta, as hard as it is, stop thinking with your loins and dedicate some time to watching and observing the woman that you're considering marrying. You have to look for her character flaws too. You got to see the dark side of her too. I tell this to women all the time, but you guys got to do the same thing, because a woman who's really attractive is just bewitching to you. She can run circles around you. And it's so easy. It's so easy to do because you're so hungry for to possess or be in control and contain that beauty. And women know it. Women in general are bewitching. Let's just get that straight. Whether you're drop dead gorgeous or not, you can have a bewitching character. But women who are exceptionally beautiful, and I'm not even say Kelis, I wouldn't even say Kelis is exceptionally beautiful. I think she's average, actually. She's an attractive woman. There's nothing over the top unique about anything about her. She's pretty average. She's pretty, pretty and average. But have an upper hand aesthetically, or you have to be watchful. You have to be on guard that you don't get swept up in her spell. You know, Nas got swept up in her spell because he got to know her at a vulnerable time in his life, and it happens. I mean, it happens to us. If someone catches you off guard and at a low moment, you see them as an angel coming down from heaven to rescue you. And maybe that's what she was at the time. But when he made accusations about her fat shaming his daughter, I was like, ooh, that's so uncool. Like, ridiculing his daughter for her weight, and he said there was so much other things that he's left out because he's being mindful of his son, because his son is in the middle of all this. His son is a byproduct of two famous people, and what they both have said are going to be archived forever, forever and ever, amen, for anybody to see. Mojo says women generally win, but beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I don't think women generally win anything. I think, at least not from where I sit, the women that I talk to and are emotionally distraught. They are to win. They are wanting to get love. They are, that fairy tale life, and a lot of them are not getting what they want, and they're giving out more than they're getting. So women are not winning anything, I feel. Like Andrea says, she fed off his weakness. Maybe so. Maybe so. Mr. C says it's because she's light skinned, they think she's extra pretty. Well, I'm glad you said that, because that is true. That is true. A woman that is fairer skin tone is generally thought to be more attractive than average if she's lighter skinned, because skin tone, you rate femininity with skin tone too. The darker you are, the more masculine people tend to think you are. The lighter you are, the more feminine people tend to assume that you are. So it's sort of like the hip to waist ratio thing and all the other biomarkers and phenotypes that we look for. And unfortunately, that's a bias that most of us have, is that darker skinned women are aggressive and very masculine, and lighter skinned women are more feminine. So she doesn't even have to look pretty. As long as she's lighter skinned, you see her, and in your mind, you think she's more feminine. And that's it. So, hey, Moonlight. Mr. C says, I love Nas on the mic. I love Jordan on the court, but off the mic, off the court, both them dudes are clowns. Uh-oh. You're saying the clowns? Okay. Eden says, lighter is always seen more positively. It's global. Yeah. Yeah, there's really nothing you can do about it. It's fight that, although some of us, as darker skinned women, we try to alter ourselves to mask some of that, and to try to upscale ourselves on the value scale, and unfortunately go through a lot of unnatural extremes and a lot of hazardous things in order to be sexually marketable to men in general in the world, and for the most part, a lot of us wind up looking like clowns when we do it. We're not really masking anything. We're really showcasing our level of self-esteem, or low self-esteem, I should say. And we actually make ourselves more of a target. But I think women in general who lead with their sexuality actually make themselves more of a target. Because even pretty women, as I said, pretty women are exploited all the time. Extra gorgeous women are exploited all of the time. Whereas other women who are average think or assume that pretty women have it easier when they really don't. The women who have it easier are the women who have mental control. The women who have it easier have emotional control. Doesn't matter what she looks like. Doesn't matter what she looks like. Miss Overness, who's an inspiration for transgender people? I don't know what do you, I don't know what that question means and how it relates to this. What do you mean? Mojo says, well, they defeat men, though perhaps women pay a heavier price than men realize. Women do not defeat men. There are women of good character out here, you guys, but you guys don't want them. That's the point. There are women out here who will be faithful and devoted to you, will listen to you, do whatever you ask, but that's not what you want. That's the problem here. The problem is you don't want virtue. You want someone who's attractive over virtue. And that's why these situations happen, like what Nas is going through right now, because the virtue thing comes later. You want to possess that attractiveness now, and the virtue only comes when you start having to spend your money. That's when you start thinking about, well, is she honest? Is she a cheat? Is she a liar? When you have to start spending money, then all of those other things become an issue. And a lot of times it's too late because you're already ensnared in her web. Eden says sexual market value is so subjective. Too many of us are driven by external validation to sometimes dangerous extremes. Yeah, well, I get what you're saying, that sexual market value is subjective. I don't think it is, though. I think there's a status quo. I think because we're all influenced by society and media, there's an image of who's attractive. There's an image that you see. When you think of an attractive woman, you immediately picture an image of what an attractive woman looks like. And for the most part, it's going to be relatively the same for a lot of people. You know, it's going to be relatively the same. And truth be told, you know, because I got to be honest about these things. You know, when you think about phenotypes, and you think about even these websites and these blogs and the Instagram feeds and all this stuff, who dedicate, you know, the whole healthy inclusiveness of dark-skinned women. When you look at the women that they post up, these women look, their noses are small. Usually their noses, their lips are small, face is narrow, they have a certain size body. They look like black Barbie dolls. You know, the features for the most part that go viral are not features of dark-skinned women with extreme features. You may see one or two sprinkled here and there, but the women themselves, the features are still, the phenotypes are still a certain way. They just have darker skin. So it's not even, so there's a universal template on what is attractive. Bigger nose, and actually bigger nose, what it is that bigger noses are synonymous with age, actually. Because as a person gets older, as some of you may know, the nose and the ears continue to grow throughout your life, if you didn't know. So a person, or even a woman, I should say, who has an extremely big nose would be looked at, would be synonymous with someone, with a woman that's old, because that, biologically, it says, you see a big nose, that person is over the, over the hill. It's weird. It's weird like that. It's weird like that. But your nose grows forever, and that's why when you see older people, their nose is hanging over their lips, and the ears are like from here to their jawline. It's because it never stops growing. So a lot of features, unfortunately, that are synonymous with black people and dark skinned women in particular are synonymous with less sexual market value, because it's married in with age. You look older when you have a bigger nose. Go figure on that. Go figure on that. Mr. C says Wigtow has the same argument. Guys choose pretty over virtue, and vice versa with women. Both groups look over each other, educated lanes, until later on in life when it's too late. Well, yeah, I agree that women can be shallow and not prioritize well until they start feeling like they're getting old, like they're too like their market value is depleting because the phone is not ringing as much, and then all of a sudden they realize what's important when their options start to deplete, and it's unfortunate. And this is why I tell younger women, because a lot of younger ladies view my channel, and I tell them, don't look for that. You want someone who's healthy. You want someone who's healthy and mentally stable. The attractiveness thing it's secondary. It's really not the most important thing. What Nas explained about Kelis, really describes someone who is mentally unstable. She's, not mentally stable at all. And I tell you ladies all the time that and you guys now too, your values and your morals intact, the chances of you being preyed upon are afraid to be preyed upon by any man, no matter what age he is. No matter what age he is. Just because he's older doesn't mean that automatically he can take advantage of you. If you have your own mind, then you'll be fine. If you have your own mind, then you'll be fine. I think 34 is a nice age for a 23-year-old girl. Even older than that is nice. But you have to be clear about what you want. And if you're nervous about being taken advantage of, then you don't have the confidence level to really to stave off manipulation. You're going to be manipulated, actually, since you're scared. That's what's going to happen to you. So you got to think about what you want, what you're prepared to give, what your worth is. You got to know what your worth is, because a lot of times the table, then the manipulation thing happens. Miss you too, Kwaku Go. I can never pronounce your name. Thank you. Michael says, I'm 12 years older than my wife. We know how to respect a woman better than younger guys. All right, well, there you have it. Michael confirms that older men know how to respect women. I think so too. I think so too. Even says mentally unstable women typically have high sexual, because our culture promotes the idea that crazy P Is the best P. Well, that's the other issue because men are attractive to mentally unstable women, and because of that very fact, it's known or it's been expressed in the circles and in the men that I talk to that the crazier the chick is, the better the sex is, which is insane. That's insane to me. But they, it's assumed that crazy women make better lovers. I guess because they're uninhibited or something. I don't know. I don't know. Jahari, this is the first time you're catching my live? Okay. Miss P says older men, yes, unless they're toxic. Well, anybody can be toxic. Miss P and everyone. The potential for toxicity is high. It's very, very high and very, very common, unfortunately, because everyone's masking themselves so that you can love them. Nobody's going to show you their dark side because they want you to fall in love with them. And once you fall in love with them, then they're relaxed, then they feel more secure, and then they can bring out the other sides of themselves for you to see. That's how this thing works. So you almost never are getting the true person until they feel relaxed and feel like you're not going to go anywhere. Once a person knows that you're not going anywhere, that's when they start revealing themselves. That's why you guys got to wait. Oh, thank you, Jahari, for your donation. Oh, my goodness. That's so sweet of you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Moonlight said, how can you be clear about what you want? How can you be clear about what you want? I mean, you have to pretty much accept. Are you talking about communicating what you want to the other person, or is this for yourself? Because an older man, if you're a younger woman, chances are you're pretty much a trophy status to any man. A younger woman is a trophy to any man. If you're in your 20s, you're barely past 21, girl, please, you're supposed to get everything you want. Any woman is supposed to get anything she wants, but you are what most men want. Most men want a young woman. So you got to set your guidelines and your standards. You got to understand that he's with you for a reason. That's first and foremost. You have to understand that any man who talks to you is talking to you for a reason. He's wanting you for a reason. He's with you for a reason. He's doing things for you for a reason. It's not for no reason. It's not a just because. It's not because he's nice. Because if that was the case, he'd be doing things for any random woman that comes across his path. No, he's seeking you out. You are who he's trying to get attention from for a reason. So you have to have your reasons in place too. You can't be starting a relationship and have no reason to start that relationship, or have no reason to decide to be this man's girlfriend or his fiance or his wife. You got to have reasons for this thing. Everything you do must be for a purpose. And as time goes on, the love gets stronger. The love comes later, really. It doesn't really come in the beginning. It comes after you experience things together. That's when trust comes and love comes and all that. In the beginning, it's just lust. I want to screw you. I hope you're good in bed. That's what it is. Arnell says, I always enjoy watching your videos. You are a woman who gets it. I find it extremely attractive. Well, thank you, Arnell. I appreciate it. Mr. C says, small things early in love will be big things later. Of course, it always is. It always is. Miss P says, if I could go back to my 20s, LOL. I mean, yeah, you would, what would you do, Miss P, if you could turn back the hands of time and go back to your 20s? I don't think, I wouldn't want to go back to my 20s unless I could go back with all of the knowledge that I have now, and even still, I don't think I would want to do it. I think we can enjoy every stage of life. Like, I really like who I am at this point in life. I really like what I am, what I do, what I'm capable of, the things that I've cultivated for myself. Everything. It's sweet now. It's easy now. It's easy now. And that's something that you don't have so much in your 20s. In your 20s, you're fighting. You're fighting, you're worried, you have anxiety, you're unsure. You're just unsure about everything. And once you hit a certain point in your life, you just become relaxed. It becomes a take it or leave it for a lot of things. A lot of things just don't matter anymore when you reach a certain point in your life. And I think that's cruise control. I think it's a sweet, sweet place to be in. A sweet place to be in. But unfortunately, women who are mature or older are vilified and ridiculed and talked down to by men and women because, they are not the ones that every man wants. And truth be told, you young ladies, every man may want you, but the is the want quality? That's what you have to ask. You may be wanted by a lot of men, but for what reason? For what purpose? Are a lot of men wanting to care for you, protect you, and provide for you? Or are a lot of men wanting to sleep with you, put their penis in your mouth, and ejaculate in your tonsils? So it's the quality of the attention that you're getting too that says something, because a lot of women get attention and it's not genuine attention. I see in these groups so many of these older women doing the booty poses, and very provocative, and they need to be a little bit more dressed and a little more appropriate presentation, but they're hungry for attention. And men know this, and they prey upon these women because they know they are hungry for attention. So many women are victims of their own vanity. I say this all the time. You can't be a victim of your own vanity. Your vanity is a tool. Your vanity is a tool. I could very well say, you know what? I'm going to go mainstream, right? I'm going to perm my hair. I'm going to put a weave in it. I'm going to stop this reggae, Ito, mystic woman archetype thing, and just do corporate. Polish myself up. And then what? Does that mean I'm going to get quality attention after that? The quality attention really comes from your vibration, how you feel about yourself, your convictions, the energy that you represent. Because you can be whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. Just be the best of whatever it is you want to be. And it's better not to try to duplicate anybody else who's doing it better than you. Carve your own path. Carve your own path. That is the best way to go. So when someone looks at you, they can't associate you with anybody else. That's the best way to be as a woman. If you cannot be associated with any other woman, you're standing in your own lane. You're standing in your own lane. That's the most powerful place to be in. The most powerful place to be in. And don't be afraid of these men. Most men are immoral. Most men are sadistic, immoral. They would take advantage of you if the opportunity arises. Most men don't mind imposing themselves physically on you, and that's a nice way to say rape. Nice way to say it. And I think there was a picture of this woman. I don't know. It looked like a locker room or something because she was in leggings, sneakers. Looked like she might have been working out. I don't know if the picture was staged or what, but her butt was facing the camera, and it looked like she was passed out on a bench. And the caption was like, well, what would you do, guys, if you saw this or something? And you know that pretty much all, except for one guy, said that they would pull her pants down and do what they needed to do. You know, and I know they were joking, but jokes reveal your character. You know, a lot of them said it as a joke, but the joke, it wasn't really a joke. Only one of them said he would put a blanket over her. One guy. And it was, I think it was like 50 comments that I saw at the time, and all of them made fun of, you know, what they would do to take advantage of this woman who was passed out on this bench. Unfortunately, a lot of men are like this. They don't have an issue with taking advantage of women sexually. They don't. And if they could get away with it, they would. Mr. C says sex and attention seem to be the only two things that matter today in America. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Moonlight says every woman in here, in her 20s, should know she doesn't waste her time or life or end up regretting. Well, you know, we try as, you know, mature women to school younger, inexperienced women. And the problem that comes with it is that younger women feel like the information they get from older women it has no merit because, you know, the sexual market value isn't there anymore. They feel like what you say to them is antiquated and outdated and it doesn't apply to them. They don't feel like it applies to them because men are calling them. Men are beating down their door. Men want to sleep with them and date them and give them things, so they just don't feel that what you're saying, the cautions that you're giving them, hold any merit. But guess what? Everybody on this call is going to die one day. No one here is going to live forever. Everyone here is aging. Everyone. So what you're not experiencing now, you will. So what would be the advice? The advice that I would give you is to prepare so that the later half of your life doesn't have to be that much of a struggle. That you prepared ahead of time for the rainy day, because the rainy day is coming. The rainy day is coming. You cannot stop the rainy day, but the decisions that you make can give you an umbrella. It can give you an umbrella for it so that you don't get wet or you don't get too wet. That's what this thing is about. That's what this thing is about. You know? So, Kwai says, I love this woman because she has so much wisdom and knowledge and she is real with beautiful uniqueness of self-love. Lord, all praises to Miss Salkis Ray, for she is divine in abundance. That is very sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. Let's see. Eden says, many lack the discipline to be what they say they want to be because it takes much more effort to be than it does to want to be it. Well, absolutely. Absolutely. Because everything that we want is on the other side of pain. That's the truth. Everything that we want in life, anything that's worth anything in life, is on the other side of pain, inconvenience, disappointment, struggle, all of that. Nothing that you get easy is worth anything. And you can, go through your own life. Comb over your past and all the things that you've accomplished and all the things that you've gotten. And anything that's worth anything to you, I'm sure, is attached to some sort of hardship, struggle of some sort. That's how this thing goes. You're not going to get what you want without a struggle. You're not. Hey, Julian. Hey, Lamerck. I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, it takes work. It takes work. It takes work. It takes discipline. You guys have to learn how to pace yourselves and keep your eggplant in your pants for a little while longer, so that you can see what you got going on. Mr. C says, I have this problem with young black males. Young black males refuse to listen to anything an older black man tells them. Matter of fact, the little knucker may run and do the opposite. Yeah, unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they feel that what you're advising them has no value, because they don't see it yet. They haven't felt it yet, and they don't see it yet. But it's coming. You live long enough, and it's coming for you too. And the thing is, the reality is, there's nothing that I say is going to skip over you. Nothing that older people have gone through is going to skip over you young people. You're going to meet it. So what we are saying is, there's a crack in that road there. You might want to go around it or jump over it. But there's a crack there. What we are telling you is where the lumps and bumps and cracks in the road are. You have a choice of going around it, jumping over it, or walking in it. But the crack in the road isn't sealed up for you. That's the point. The point is, the crack in the road, there's nobody repaving the road for you. Nobody's repaving it for you. I can't repave the road for you. And they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. So, that's what this life is about. Relationships can ruin your life if you're not careful. They can impact the rest of your life. And especially you guys that choose these women to wife, you understand that she's going to be the mother to your kids. And you don't see a nurturing side to her. If you see instability, if she's hitting on you and talking to you all kind of irate and sideways and disrespectful, what do you think she's going to be to your children? She's not going to be that much different to a child she brings into the world, because that child is going to be an extension of you and another body that she can mistreat. It's not a game. But, like I said, most relationships are based on some sort of codependency thing. We're depending on this other person. We need this other person for validation, to feel safe and comfortable and all of that. And when the other person realizes that they are the source of your survival, they start acting crazy. They start acting wonky and crazy. This is what people do. When they know you're dependent on them, people change. People change. And what the dynamic that changes, it goes from to be with you to I can't live without you. Those are two different experiences there. Those are two different realities. When I choose to be with you, I'm still in. When I can't live without you, I'm out of control of me. I'm no longer me anymore. If I can't live without you, I'm no longer myself. And I no longer encapsulate my own specific value anymore. It's two different experiences. And this is why people get taken advantage of. Justin says most women are not interested in younger men. No one sees that as a bad thing. So why is it looked at as a bad thing for men to not be interested in older women? Who's looking at? You're saying that people look at men who are interested in older women as bad? You're saying that people say that that's a bad thing if a younger man is interested in an older woman? I think the bad part really is it's the sexual market value thing. It's the fertility thing. That's why it's looked at as bad. It's not looked at as bad the other way around because men can impregnate a woman until he dies. But a woman after a certain age she cannot. So her value in that sense biologically is depleted and she no longer serves a purpose really in being in a relationship because she's no longer fertile biologically. Feelings is something else, but biologically, if I can't have kids anymore, then my need to be with a man is done. That's why it's different. That's why it's different. Justin says men get shamed for not wanting older women. Oh, I don't know if men get shamed for not wanting older women. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. When you say older, are you talking about it? Let's say if you're 50 and a woman that's 50 comes along, you're shamed for not wanting a woman your age. Is that what you're saying, Justin? I need to know exactly what you're talking about. If that's the case, I don't think men are. Listen, I just gave you the science. The science is biologically older women are no longer fertile, so they're no longer fertility and sexual market value go hand in hand. That's why age is a big thing when it comes to women and sexual market value. Because if you're menopausal, your market value is not as high as a woman who's 25 who can still breed. It's just not. Because when you have no fertility left, usually it means that you're less attractive too. Because your fertility and your attractiveness are also go hand in hand too. How attractive you are says how fertile you are as well. So they all tie in together and it creates a lot of bias and a lot of unfair assumptions, right? But this is what we live with. This is the truth. This is the truth. So what are we going to do? We're going to fight it? I'm certainly not going to fight it. I could care less because my magic never ceases. My magic increases. Mrs. C says exactly all about the womb and the time left within it. Yeah, all about the womb and the time left within it. No man wants to be digging in a dry sandbox. They want something wet and juicy and responsive and pretty to look at. That's what they want. And there's no getting around it. So that's what it is. So the message today is we all want someone who's attractive, but when you are choosing to be with someone for the rest of your life, you want to weigh character. You want to put character really in front of looks. You'd want to do that. It's better that you do that than just say, you know what, everything else will work out because she's just the bomb. Because everything else doesn't work out. And as time goes on, every relationship starts off pretty okay in the beginning, but they all go on a decline. They all go like this. And then you have your up moments but for the most part, as you go on in life, you're not going to be desiring her as much anyway, no matter how good she looks. After a while, she's going to be someone that you've had already. Unless there's feelings there, Unless you have an emotional attachment, then you have a bond that's bigger than the outer shell. It's just going to be someone else, someone that you have to screw, rather than someone that you want to screw. That's what it is. Jahari says, Salkis, are you still doing the urine therapy? How's it going? Yes, I'm doing that right now. I guess you weren't at the beginning of this live. I said that I'm doing a dry fast right now. So I haven't eaten or taken in any fluids, no water, no anything since Sunday night. Since Sunday 8 p.m. was the last time I had something in my mouth. I have not had any food or water since then. So, I can't work out. I'm not working out or doing anything strenuous right now. I'm going to do this until tomorrow morning. I'm hoping I'm going to see how I feel in the morning. I'm hoping to do it at least another day. I want to go at least until, what is tomorrow? Wednesday? Thursday. Thursday night. Uh it's been an eye-opening experience. It's uncomfortable, but I feel like a fucking boss. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like an elitist right now. I feel like I'm better than 90% of the people walking the planet, because it's hard to do. It really is hard to do. But in all seriousness, it really heightens your mental focus, your clarity. Your smell is heightened. You see things at everything is just acute. Everything, and I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna make this a regular practice along with the other things that I'm doing, because I'm a bit of an extremist. I experiment with a lot of things. I'm not afraid to try anything um, that will promote health and well-being and resetting yourself and all of that. I'm a big experimenter on that. So I do extreme things. So Mr. C said, oh my God, yes, how did that therapy go? You were so gangster for doing it. I thought about it for a week and it's like, nah. It's okay. It was when I first drank my urine, I was like, this has got to be the craziest thing I've ever done. This has really topped it. And I've done crazy things. I've experimented. Nothing sexual though. I don't do crazy sexual stuff. I do crazy holistic stuff. I try different things, holistically, not sexually. But that topped it all. And I would say for the most part, urine therapy, it's like I was going to the bathroom a lot. It really, to me, it like burns fat or something like that. Some people apply it to their face and their body, and it clears their skin, and it's a good to reverse signs of aging and all that kind of stuff is what they say. So it's a lot of benefits to it. It repairs a lot of stuff inside of you. It does. So Tania says, wow, I'm going to try the dry fast. Yes, girl, try it. Try it. At least do 24 hours. See if you can do 24 hours. And, don't do anything strenuous, is what I would say. If you can do it on a Sunday or a day you're not working, where you can just be in the house and just sit still and maybe read or meditate, nothing too stimulating, so that you can really get into it, would be you. Because it's going to be harder to do it if you have to, go out there and pound the pavement. So it's best that take a weekend and do it for yourself. It's life changing. When you suffer like this, you become more fearless of things. You become more fearless of things and people. You become, I think, less anxious. Your anxiety goes down. your disposition becomes like, whatever, man. Like you're high. I would liken what I feel to, like I'm high and I just don't care. Like I don't have the energy to care about anything that's not important. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Jad Spices, have you ever tried Fen Fu, where you put ice cube at the base of your skull for 20 minutes to reset the body? I've never heard of that. You said an ice cube, put an ice cube at the base of your skull, like the back. What do you call that? The occipital bone, right where the skull and the neck is. You put it right there, and you just hold it there for 20 minutes. Tell me more about that. I've never heard of that. Yes, Tania, reset and clarity. Reset and clarity is what you're going to feel. Once you ride out the hunger pains and you realize I'm not going to die because I haven't eaten anything, it's like you become a god, man. You become a boss. It's like, what? Like, do please. You're down here. I'm up here. I'm up here. That's what it is. Oh, so you put an ice cube in a cloth and you hold it at the base of your spine. So you're saying it resets the body, meaning when you say reset the body, it does something to your blood, your cells, like what exactly does it do? I'd love to know more. And how has it, I assume you've done it, so how has it changed you? I'd love to know more about that. I'm always looking for new stuff to do, new stuff to try. That's what this life is about. Explore things that are not going to harm anybody else and not going to harm you. A lot of you, the only things the average person explores is something sexual. And I'm like, there's so much other stuff you can try other than doing something sexual and putting yourself at risk for diseases. And don't get me started on the sex thing. Y'all know when I go in on that, I start sweating. I start getting hyped, and it's too late to get hyped. We don't need just help with consuming the best foods. We need help with every economic aspect of our lives. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Oh, it helps with the nerves. Okay, I like that too. Calms the nerves down. Listen, you guys. In life, mental stability is about not going to extremes of any kind emotionally, right? Because when you are euphoric, when you feel euphoria and extra happy, you're out of your mind. When you feel depressed and suicidal, you're also out of your mind. Those are two poles, two opposite poles, but they're both extremes, and they both put you in a place where you cannot think straight. So it's not about trying to experience happiness. It's about staying centered, staying in your midpoint, staying lukewarm, not hot, not cold, but lukewarm. Because when you're lukewarm, your mental faculties are still in place. You can see things. You can see things because you're not going through an emotional extreme. Anytime you're going through any kind of emotional extremes, you are out of your mind. I don't care if it feels good. You're still out of your mind. You want to be balanced and grounded. Being balanced and grounded is about being centered, not hot, not cold. That's how you conquer your emotions. That's how you remain mentally stable. Justin says sex is good for your health. Justin, I'm fasting right now, so I can't even formulate a rebuttal to that. I just can't. I just can't. Yeah, you guys, I guess been talking for a little over an hour now, and I just wanted to come back on here and give you guys a little Salkis ray, because I know you miss me. Healing, Jesus Christ. Are y'all heal? Who? What women are y'all healing sexually? What women are you guys healing sexually? And exactly how have you healed her through sex? Talk to me. I'm trying to get off of here, but I had to ask the question: who are you healing sexually? Oh, Justin, you said I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying in general. Oh, I thought you were making an offer, Justin. I thought you were offering sexual healing. My bad. My bad. I know you miss me, Kawhi. I know. You gotta miss me. There's no one like me. There's no one like me. Thanks, Tania. Thank you. So, yeah, I guess that that's gonna be it for this live. I appreciate you guys jumping on. I know it's been a while. Um, I'm gonna try. Well, not try. I will be on tomorrow. Excuse me, Justin. You can't handle this sexual healing. Yo, are you? You know? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't tell me what I can handle. You don't know what I can handle. You don't know what I have to handle either. I know you're joking. I'm joking too. I'm joking too. So, yeah. So, please like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment and share the video um, so the information can go viral because there's a lot of shite talkers out here that don't really say much of anything because they know for the most part people don't want to go deep. They don't really want to go deep. They want the superficial stuff. They want the feel good stuff. Gets the clicks, gets the views, gets the coins, and that's what people are mostly about. I can't do that. Lord knows I've tried. I've tried, but I can't. It just doesn't feel right. It's not in line with. It's like, what's the point? If I'm not helping you, then why am I here? You know. So for me, it has to be. I have to be helping. In order for me to feel good about myself, I have to be helping. So, what's the last thing? Visit my site. I have two sites. Salkisre.com. That's SALKISRE.com, which is my blog slash website. And I post up almost daily posts and stuff. If you like to read tantalizing things, you can go on there and read some of my stuff. And also my art site, which is iloveherart.com. I am an artist too, so I have some fantastic, beautiful, beautiful, spiritually full pieces that you can add to your home decor, wherever your important space is. You have something to hang up there, and I do that as well. So, and that's it. Yes, please support the channel. Please support the channel. So I'm out, you guys. It's dark. I gotta go take another nap or something because this thirst is like, after talking to you guys for an hour, now I'm extra thirsty and I can't drink any water, so I have to go meditate. I gotta go meditate and let this burning feeling pass. And I'll update you guys tomorrow when I break the fast. I'll probably break it. I'm gonna break it with water. Usually they say you break it with coconut water, but I'm just gonna drink some water and see how I feel after that. I may not have any food tomorrow either, but I may start drinking some water. So I will come on here and maybe I'll break the fast in front of you. How about that? Break the fast in front of you, and we'll talk again some more. All right? Okay, peace and love. I'm out. Bye.